All right, I'm gonna go full on rant alert right now. I've been holding a lot of stuff in. I mean, I talk to the people around, but how I look at things is much different than probably a majority of Americans look at things. Me and my wife own kind of a fleet of food trucks and a restaurant during the thing a few years ago. I learned a lot about monetary policies and different things. Right now, we're in e-commerce, some real estate, different things. But how I look at money is a lot different than a lot of Americans. There's been a lot of people whistleblowing about, hey, we're having dollar issues, and a lot of people, just USA number one, yada yada yada. But we have printed to the hilt. Ray Dalio, he made a video years ago, and it's got like 66 million views. Um, Mike Maloney, Hidden Secrets of Money, that's been around for a while. But all these ring true. All these little 2008 fiasco we had during the thing a few years ago was a big money printing thing wrapped around something else. But what happened during that was a massive amount of money printing. And kind of we're going towards it again. We're having issues getting rid of our debt. A lot of the wars, rumors of wars, and proxy wars, all this stuff, trade wars, everything that is happening is because everybody's fighting to be the new top dog. They are. That's why we are not going after. And everybody is also in military might. Russia and China has grown in military might, so we cannot. It's just not a good idea to go in head to head. Like it's not a good idea anymore with how we are physically and in their military might and their allies and whatnot. It's unwise. So we're using proxy wars, we're using tariffs and whatever. This is nothing against Trump or what he's doing. Trump and Elon Musk are completely all their wealth is, from what I understand, mostly tied to the system that we have, like the stock market, Elon Musk and Tesla, SpaceX, all those different things. And his shares, his wealth is tied to that. So he ain't playing around. He wants this to work. He wants the dollar to work. Trump, real estate, banking, how it is, and whatever. I think that's a little bit why they both are looking to crypto. We are mathematically we are overdue for just historically. Every time that you get off of the gold standard or get away from an asset that is stable and just start printing. What do I mean by that? If you haven't looked into this, most likely if you're watching this video have, but I'm hoping that I get a few people that haven't seen it yet because I feel that we are getting very close, and people have been saying that for a long time. But I'm watching the things that are happening outside of economics, like the wars and the trade wars, and then backing off and going to, and what China is doing also. The digital yuan during this little trade war fiasco thing that was going on, or thing that he was doing to try to better the economy. I don't really fully, we were in a huge hole, but during that time anyway, China put um, $1.2 trillion dollars into their digital yuan project with their South Asian trade partners. That being said, Russia has also created this BRIC system. Trump has many times said that if you're going against the dollar, we're going to hit you with tariffs, we're going to hit you with that. So what I think has just actually really happened is China was like, I want you, if you think that this is nutty or whatever, I want you to go actually look at pictures of China, Beijing, all of their major cities, and look at their infrastructure. Look at the middle class. Yes, they have some areas that have lower standards, but I would say in general, if it is not far outside of their major metropolitan areas, it does not look at all like America's infrastructure and whatever. We have handed over our middle class to China. A lot of people don't know this, but China is actually manufacturing a lot of their goods in Mexico now. And then it's slapped made in China. Um, and also, I think just recently, because there was something they were trying to work out where China couldn't buy any more farmland in America. So they recently just did this huge deal in Canada when this trade war thing was going off of buying a huge milking facility. Like, when I say huge, the word, I don't know how many, it was like millions of acres. It was something crazy to produce milk, a commodity. And this is getting scary because China has gained a lot of access to a lot of our commodities. We've just basically handed it over. So that is why Trump is always on the China thing, but it has been really handed over to people, it has been fully handed over to um, China, just given away for dollars. I'm sure people are getting paid. A lot of people are getting paid. So I'm not saying this politically on any means. What is the best thing you can do right now is formulate community. Listen to somebody wiser than me with what you can do with your things that are attached to the dollars and in paper, because they are paper at the end of the day. And when they go down, they go down. One of my favorite investors is Jim Rickards. Anyway, he has moved years ago to Asia. He has teaching his children Mandarin. He has also got out of the stock market because he said it was overvalued. And a lot of old school people have already done this. He has bought shipping companies and different things. I'm listening to these people that are smarter than me, which you should be doing too. And they have already pretty much gotten out, and some of them have already moved. So, what I'm saying is, with what I'm seeing, that there is going to be a huge issue very shortly. I think we are at the end of our options. We have printed money and whatever else. And at the end of the day, people in other countries are going to go with the country that they think are going to win. We do not really have any allies, as has been said. Trump is a pretty good negotiator, so I think that that's a plus. I heard his speech with the Muslim countries, and whoever wrote that, phenomenal speech. But that being said, at the end of the day, they're going to go with the country that's going to win. They're going to go with the country that benefits them. They're going to go to the country that benefits their people. There is no longer any allegiance to the old USA. That is done, and a lot of people are stuck in the media and are stuck in their old ways. And again, they cannot go on here and say what I'm saying because it would create panic. And I am not trying to create panic. I am trying to get you to start free thinking. Some of the things that we invest in is right now with the tariffs and whatever, we do e-commerce, so we have more stock. We also have more stock because the retailers are not selling as much stock as they've been, so we're able to buy it in volume for cheaper prices. We have extra, get extra food. Beans and rice, man, goes a long way. And I mean, you can eat your way out of an issue, and food ain't gonna get any cheaper. Food's only gonna get more expensive no matter how this works out, because just the labor and the cost of making and shipping and everything. The massive printing that went on just a few years ago created a 40% inflation that seeped into the economy, and everybody's kind of used to it, but wages didn't increase enough. I couldn't get people to buy a $16 burger, and that's why I quit a business that I ran for 13 years. I just walked away. Like, it sucked. It sucked, but I did because my living would have gone less. And if I raised it to that price, how many people would have been purchasing it? And if I didn't raise it to that price, how many people have extra money to go buy a $10 burger? They don't, man. Not in the Midwest. Maybe somewhere else, but I'm watching. I'm watching. People ain't buying as much. Ain't buying as much food. Whatever. Taco Bell's full. Taco Bell's full, but still, they're making less too. Like, it's just inflated. It's inflated money that they're bringing in. So whatever they're bringing in, if it is not a 40% increase, along with the multipliers, it is they're they're taking it. They're taking a hit, and they don't know. A lot of companies are going to be liquidating all of the smaller things. I did a short on that, and then I did a video on that. But people are going to start liquidating all their zombie companies, all the companies that are milking the mother company. They're going to start liquidating assets very quickly to try to get their balance sheet on point. Like, because the math ain't mathing, is all I'm saying. The math is not mathing. Look into it. I told you those videos. Those are good people. There's a lot of info out there if you haven't looked into it. I do fruit trees. I do, our house is paid for. Our other house is paid for. And so we got a rental. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to sell it or rent it. It's in a place where it would still sell very quickly. And it's not, it's in a rental area. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. But all I know is that you should be out of debt, believe in God, and get some guidance from Him. I think some crypto assets are going to go up. One in particular, everybody been talking about over the long run. I don't know when that is, but build a community, people you trust, because you get to depend on them. Usually when stuff goes downhill, I mean, I've been watching like Venezuelan economy and stuff like that. And honestly, they just do stuff that we used to do in the old days. Like, they have people that buy soap in mega bulk, and then they break it up to the community, and Cleaners. I've seen ladies do that. Food, snack food. If you look into third world countries, they got a lot of people that sell like just a little item that'll so you can make it throughout the day. Like when you're not home, that's you get a little thing every day. Just that they sell that doesn't cost much, but they can. That's another economy type thing. You just start using your noggin. And this is kind of a rant, but I got like a whole bunch of stuff that I've kind of just you know. And I just feel we're getting to the end of there. There's no sense in keeping quiet anymore. I'd rather have people be successful and just kind of see what's going on under the surface. And I'm not the only one. So, all right. God bless.